Hello, my name is Lillian Roden. I am a student in UF 222 Religion in America, and this is my 5-minute religious movement project. The Nation of Islam, abbreviated the NOI, was founded in 1930 in Detroit, Michigan, by the mysterious Wallace D. Fard Muhammad. The Nation of Islam is a Black American nationalist movement created to address the social, economic, and spiritual struggles that Black Americans face. The movement centers heavily around themes of Black empowerment while combining the teachings of Islam. It also seeks to foster a strong sense of identity, pride, and collective self-sufficiency within Black communities. Understanding both its contributions and controversies is important when we look at the history of Black religious activism in America. The Nation of Islam was founded during the Great Depression, which was a time of great suffering and economic hardship, especially for Black Americans. Wallace D. Fard Muhammad taught that Black Americans should reclaim their power against those who dare oppress them, reject all forms of systematic oppression, and build strong, independent communities separate from those of their oppressors. The NOI also encouraged economic independence through supporting Black-owned businesses, establishing schools, and promoting self-employment. This message resonated with many who were searching for hope, dignity, and a sense of agency during one of the most difficult periods in American history. In 1934, Wallace D. Fard Muhammad disappeared under suspicious circumstances, never to be seen or heard from again. That same year, the Nation of Islam built its first mosque, known as the Mother Mosque of America, in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Leadership of the movement then passed on to Elijah Muhammad, who would go on to lead the NOI for several decades and significantly shape its development and expansion. Under Elijah's leadership, schools, safe homes, and businesses were established across the nation in cities such as Detroit, Chicago, and New York. The NOI operated restaurants, grocery stores, farms, and even a newspaper, helping to create a parallel economy for Black Americans. It even expanded its presence internationally in countries such as England and Ghana. At the time of Elijah Muhammad's death in 1975, it is estimated that the movement had approximately 75,000 to 100,000 members. Many prominent Black Americans were a part of the movement, such as Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X, who served as the organization's spokesperson from 1952 until 1964. The influence of the NOI reached for beyond its official membership, as its teachings inspired other organizations and activists focused on Black empowerment. Members of the Nation of Islam recruit members through door-to-door community outreach, street preaching, public lectures, social media, neighborhood events, and newspaper distribution. The Nation of Islam is a highly conservative movement. It preaches about traditional family values and modest dress, along with self-discipline and abstinence from any kind of vice. The Nation of Islam has generated considerable controversy due to its definitive theological teachings. It teaches that there has been a succession of mortal gods, all Black men named Allah, with Fard Muhammad regarded as the most recent. According to the NOI doctrine, the first Allah created the first men, who were dark-skinned and Arabic-speaking, all of whom held divinity within themselves. Another controversial belief of theirs is that a scientist named Jacob created white people who, according to the NOI teachings, lack divinity and are inherently inclined towards violence and inferior. These beliefs have set the NOI apart from mainstream Islam and have sparked ongoing debate and criticism. The style of worship practiced by members of the NOI is liturgically low, focusing on sermons, practical teachings, and Quran readings, rather than any highly structured rituals. Community gatherings often emphasize discipline, unity, and the importance of education. It is important to note that the Nation of Islam is not a part of the Church of Islam, as its beliefs and practices are significantly different from traditional Islamic teachings. Today, the Nation of Islam has around 20,000 to 50,000 active members and is led by the highly problematic Louis Farrakhan, who has been head of the Nation of Islam since 1981. He continues to shape the organization's direction, remaining a controversial figure both within and outside the Black community. The NOI has made a lasting and complex contribution to the history of American religion and to the broader narrative of the United States. It emerged during a period of great hardship and strife for Black Americans, reflecting many of the deep-seated fears, hopes, and aspirations that Black communities experienced at the time. Studying the Nation of Islam's controversial and complex history reminds us of the systematic inequalities that Black Americans face and continue to face today, while also highlighting the ways in which Black religious activism has challenged oppression and inspired movements for change.